Hey, what's up? This is Dillio representing DillioT2K.com, and in this video, I'm going to review the new Jura plugin from Akai. Once again, this video is sponsored by my free loop and drum kit called Dillio 808. Make sure you go get your copy today because copies are limited. Let's go to the screen. Let's take our time. Let's slow down. Let's look at this plugin. And full disclosure, I am in possession of a Juno X, and obviously I'm going to compare it to that. But let's dive right in. So let's hear it. So what is Jura? Jura is basically Akai's version of the Juno series synthesizers. Everybody has one, and I felt like they were going to do this since they started off with the ARP 2600 plugin back when they were really hitting those updates hard, and I was happy about that ARP 2600. And actually, that was probably the most analog sounding plugin out of all of them. And I don't feel like they really recaptured that sound since they did that. They've since done the Moog Model D plugin, which is cool. I'm glad they did that because I like having that type of thing in a standalone situation. Albeit it is being spoiled again because I got so many different Model D plugins, and I got the Behringer Model D. Fast forward to this, DeepMind 12, how you know, Jura. So, obviously it's a full market of different options, but once again, I like having a native option to the platform that I'm sequencing on. Therefore, we have the Jura. So I'm going to sequence this, and I'm just going to look over some of the functions. Oop, don't want to have any drums going on while I'm doing this. And I got to make sure I'm on the right channel. And I'm just going to sequence it and modify the sound. So we have that. So let's check out how the filter sounds. We're going to bring that filter up. Let's take the chorus out. And we know that the chorus is an important thing to any Juno plugin. You got to have the chorus sound. And I think it sounds good. And it doesn't hurt my feelings if we don't have the chorus noise that is natively added when you add chorus sounds to the old Juno 60 and Juno 106. And it does add a little bit of flavor. So let's check out the reverb. We're going to kill the reverb. One thing I wasn't really too much of a fan of was the reverb sound. I'll just be honest with you, because I am spoiled again by a plugin like Valhalla. I haven't heard a plugin sound quite like it. Let's open this up and kind of check out how that reverb sounds. Let's make it very plain, and let's see if we can add some reverb. Ooh. So I can hear it right now. It's not much of a stereo field. You still get it, but it's a very mono sounding. Like I don't hear it going into the stereo field. Still usable though. Pre-delay. Diffusion. Okay, long decay try. I do like that. But my only issue with that is the width. So let's see if we could adjust the width here. So that's very center. And we're kind of back on the center again. But if I come back here, I like how that sounds so much better, don't you think? So let's see. Bring that filter down. So that's much better. So that's good that you have an amount of stereo width that you like for that. So you got different reverbs, and let's check out the delay. Let's see if there's a little width there. Okay, so the width affects the ping pong effect, and obviously the mix. So notice that in the low end, there's not a lot going on, but once you can hit the EQ tab, now we can look at, we got 4 bands of EQ on here, which is cool. So if I want to add some more low end, I should be able to. When I first opened up this plugin, I was looking for a lot of low end because of my spoiled Juno X experience. So thankfully, you got some EQ here to kind of help you. So let's check out some more sounds. Let's check like this bass snump here. Let's gain up that EQ a little bit. Oh, there's a, you know what? That was kind of a tricky thing right there because I thought it was on. So this is without EQ. Let's sync with that real quick. Let's feel that, as I like to say. 3, 4, run. Right, so that was a 2-bar loop. So let's hear the difference with and without the EQ. Of course, I like my bass overkill. So I like to party and kind of do things over the top, and then when I mix, I'll break it down. But I just want to feel the speaker shake a little bit. Now it's sounding more like it. Now, and I hate to nitpick on it, but the filter, it's a very, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it's like a very digital sounding filter. So it's not as smooth as I like. And it's not a bad thing, but there is, what I am saying though, is that it is a difference. And notice that repeating pattern of that sound. Like, you hear that in the higher frequencies? Now, you know, I added some low end on there. So with a little bit of tweaking, you can get the sound where you want it to, but it just takes some tweaking. Let's check out some more presets on this, some bass stomp. I hear the analog. They got an analog knob there, but it's like, okay. Let's check out some more. So let's check out the sub. And the fact that you do get analog, but it is simulated analog. And, you know, it just really shows that there is a difference between a simulated analog sound and a fully analog sound. But I have to give props to Roland because they seem to figure out how to give you that analog sound from a fully digital synthesizer. And this is more or less me nitpicking on stuff. It's not going to ruin my day if it doesn't sound like my analog gear. So we got to check out some more sounds right here. So check out these chords here. I haven't tried these. Notice how the sound is kind of on that vibrato on its own, but if I take that off of the DCO section up here. I don't like that width being in the middle. And I'm trying to think, maybe it's my headphones. Y'all can let me know in the comments what you think. I like that there's, delay and effects in there. Overall, I think it's a pretty fun plugin. And I think about, well, case in point, why would you have this plugin? This is the plugin you want to have if you don't have a Juno in your rig or you're doing a lot of standalone and you want to have sort of that Juno sound. It does take some tweaking, but with some tweaking, you can get the sound that you want out of it. But it does take a little bit of tweaking, especially when you are looking for that low end. Spooky. Let's look at some of these features here. So we got a standard Juno voice that can be from 2 voices to up to 6 to 7 voices. You got your high pass filter that kind of cleans up the mud on the low end side. You got your voltage controlled filter, voltage control amplitude, and the different things with this is that this allows you to basically have more than one envelope. Like the original Junos only have one envelope, so they're tied to 2 things. But this kind of gives you that extra envelope. And I think Arturia did the same thing with theirs. You can definitely change your DCO noise if you want, chorus noise. Oh, you can add your chorus noise back if you want it. So if you want that chorus noise, you can put that there. It's definitely there. LFO. Now, I don't think you could select your own LFO type on the other ones, but that's good. It's there. You got your chorus there. You got 1, 2, 3 means you have them on both on. Having your EQ there is cool. Modulation right there, pitch bend, voice, glide. You can do all that if you want to. Let's check out some pads. I love to play on pads and just sort of, let's check out the pads. There's no aftertouch going on here. That could be just me. Soft and simple is okay. So that reverb has grown on me because it has a stereo field there, but I was kind of, and there is modulation in it, and I think, again, with more tweaking. I mean, it's all there as far as sound, but you don't get that analog bite, but you do get a good approximation of it. So I think it's a good compromise to have something that at least sounds close to analog without giving you that full analog cost. Definitely comparing it to, like, say, a DeepMind or a Juno X, you're definitely getting what you pay for with this, but just the form factor, like I could put this plugin on my MPC Live and take it with me without dragging a whole bunch of keyboards. I think that's great, and I think that's where this shines. Sonically, on the other hand, is not as advanced sounding. Most people won't really know. You'll know because you may be particular about that. You could definitely have a lot of fun. Let's see if I can just kind of whip up a bass sound, and then we'll wrap this video up if you're here this long, because I know this is a long video. So if I want to whip up a bass sound, I can go to legato right there. So if I want to put some more, and all I got is a triangle, so if I want to put some more bass on there, I can put the EQ on. Let's get rid of some of that release. Bring it down some. Put that sub in there. I mean, you got a good funky. If you want to put a little chorus on there, you can. You can build you a sound on that. You want to smooth it down a little bit? Put a little envelope on it. Put a little envelope on it. And that's the, not the drum, but this is the Jura. And I think about it. I mean, how many more names can we all come up with in a market full of Juno keyboard plugins? You know, Juno. I mean, we only could even give Juno a number. They had to call it the X. So there's tons of Junos, and just like how there are tons of Model Ds, it's all there. All your knobs, all your functionality is there. If I could close, I could say that it sounds good. It's not as, it's great. It's not best, but it is great. It's fun, and if you know your way around sound design, if you know your way around the Juno synthesizer, you can get to where you're trying to go. And the fact that it's all in the box, and you don't have to worry about lugging a whole keyboard with you in addition to your MPC, I think it's great. So that's my review. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm Dillio. You're watching Dillio T2K.